There we go. Hey, does it move with the camera? It's still not moving with the camera. Version is this? Is this the active render or was this the setup render? It was the setup render. Wait, that should be the right one. Right? Yeah, the setup render is the one that renders them new every time. See what happens when I just put the past camera in here. Let's just see. Bet you some stuff's gonna go gloriously wrong. Oh yeah, look at that. Boom, it's gone. And away again, and away again, and away again. Yep. And if my supervisor is still at the bar, I just hope he doesn't get into a wreck. Because, I mean, I don't really like the guy, but he's handy to call in a pinch. So, yeah. The heck is this song? Ugh. No, it's almost done. No, it's not almost done. It's barely halfway. Okay, Donkey Kong Country Wrinkly's Nightcap? That sounds peaceful. Watching, Alien Michael. We have the Steam home streaming set up in our house now. I managed to run cables everywhere. So now my wife and son are playing Lego Lord of the Rings out in the living room. I like to imagine what happens on a weekly basis. Your supervisor getting drunk and getting into a car wreck? Because that's pretty morbid. What are you talking about? Interesting, there's that black line right there. Does that black line go all the way through the map? Yes, it does. Is there a second one over here? Yes, there is. Okay. Where's that? Overmap. That's odd. Isn't normally there. I'll go for lunch and stay there for hours. I mean, that would happen on a weekly basis if I just let my supervisor have his way. The reality of it is I'm just like, look, boss, you can stay here if you want, but I gotta go get work done. Because you might be a bachelor, but I've got people that I need money for. So. Oh, the other thing that big bit of news that happened, some may or may not know, but on Sunday, or no, last Saturday, my liquid cooler for my CPU died. That's the second one I've had go out now. I've had two in the last 4 years since I built this computer. That one didn't last me a year. I got it right before I became an electrician, and it died now, so well, it lasted about 18 months, I guess. Whereas the first one that I had lasted me like 3.5 years. It's just the pump died. Don't know why, don't know how, but it just died. So I'm back to an air cooler, and it seems to be running pretty good. I don't know if it's normal. I don't know what the normal life expectancy is of a liquid cooler. Actually, you know what? Average, let's look it up. Average life expectancy of a liquid CPU cooler. Average lifespan of an AIO. Lifespan, water cooler going bad. About 2 to 3 years. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, so average is about 2 to 3 years because they're made very, very badly. It seems. Ah, these ads keep messing with the audio balancing. It's awful. Hmm. Hmm. Well, it seems as though it seems as though that they are pretty much just the 2 to 3 years is the average lifespan, which I mean, if you're okay with spending about 60 to 80 bucks every 3 years, sure, but that's not worth it in my mind. So, nope, not doing that. Not doing that. Okay. So, what do I do now? Hmm. How do I make this stupid building scroll with the camera? I have to make a separate building image to do it. Um. Ugh. Sadly, this is not as easy or as intriguing as Bob Ross's painting. And I have seen a couple of those episodes, and they are actually quite good. Well, now there's a heavy metal mix of Legend of Zelda, fair enough. Alright, so, okay. The render sorts out. But the building doesn't move with the camera. So how do I move the building with the camera? Should I... Let me think here. The overmap. How do I make the overmap? I do it with submaps. And submaps are the undermaps, and the undermaps are just tile arrays. So... basically, my building class is just a... it's just an undermap with... just an undermap with a very specific set of tiles. No, the problem is the building... okay, I don't want the building to move with the camera. I want the building to stay still and scroll with the rest of the map. Which means, for some reason, the render coordinates and the world coordinates are not changing like they're supposed to. So I have the world coordinates, which is just the building's X's. Then this temporary rectangle that I have set up here is then supposed to determine where it's drawn on the screen. And it's not changing like it's supposed to. See, as I start moving the camera, as I scroll the camera down, this should have been scrolling up already, but it's not. So... actually, well, I'm using the setup render, aren't I? Yeah, I'm using the setup render. So... should be calculating it correctly. Does the camera position change? Yes, the camera position does change. And basically all that the camera does is determine what section of... I mean, the way that it's basically used is we have the background, or that undermap, the world map, which is a static image. And the camera merely determines what piece of the image that the window is looking at. Oh, hey, Multi! Hey, that is fascinating to see that you have decided to come watch. I didn't think you would. Alright, but yeah, so this is... the tiles are supposed to render that. I'm honestly not even sure if I'm doing it right. A miniature giant space hamster eat the code? No, I just haven't figured out how to make the code do what I want. See, it runs, but if I start moving my character around, it kind of seems normal at first, but then as I move into different maps, you suddenly realize somebody mounted this building on, like, roller skates or something, and it's just cutting me off from, you know, being